Hey, welcome back to another Netcast. I'm Rich Lopez, Quantrix Authority. Sincerely appreciate you joining me today for episode number 37, where we want to share with you how you can change a chart width on a canvas, because maybe it's not as straightforward as it needs to be. I have here a chart that I want to bring into a brand new canvas. And how I do that, again, I think I've showed this in a previous episode, is I can go ahead and click on it in my model browser, and I can just drag it to my canvas. As I do so, I get this fancy looking chart of marketing investment for Oak City, Kanosh, Hanksville, and so on. Well, let's say I want to make that a little bit bigger than the way it's displayed here. So you would think that you ought to be able to just go in here and hover and have the option, the double arrow, of expanding the chart width. It's not happening, no matter where I click. Can't get it to go. Maybe I can use one of these and pull it. Nope, can't do that either. I get the crosshairs. Maybe I can go to my canvas object and I can adjust my width. Make this say, this be 500, what does that do? Nope, reverts back to 399. Well, what you need to do is you need to go back to the actual chart itself, so I'll go back to the area chart, and I need to position something here in my columns tray, if you will. So I'm going to take my filter of calculation value and I'm going to put that in my columns tray. Okay? Then what I'm able to do is I go back to P&L calculations rolling. I go ahead and I drag this chart again back onto it. And you can see that now if I double click in there and I click around, and I didn't even have to click around, you can see I've got the double arrow and I'm now able to expand it. Like so. I can move it here and then move my key. Okay, so that's how you would do it. You need to make sure that you have something in the column area of your chart if you want to be able to adjust the chart on the canvas. And then if I wanted to hide the heading of value, I would just go ahead to my format toolbox and I would click on show column header and that would hide it for me. And again, I believe I could still go in there. Nope. In order to expand it again, if I wanted to tweak it again, I would need to go back into the format toolbox and click on show row header, and then I ought to be able to click in there and expand it a little bit more if I need to, and then go, of course, go back in and show the column header if I don't want it to display. So that's just a little helpful tip on how to adjust your column width in the canvas. You need to make sure that you have something in the column area of that underlying canvas object. If you have any questions about canvases or anything about Quantrix Modeler, feel free to reach out to me at quantrixauthority@gmail.com. I absolutely love Quantrix, and again, like always, I want to make you a Quantrix master. So please join me again for another episode of Quantrix Authority with Rich Lopez.